and it looks like they might be getting back into the game.
Yes, so Cass is already running up full rush onto C. As you can see, South one of the players is stuck in, two of the players are stuck in. Tell me what's going on.
It definitely looks like Cast lost a player on that push, and Bobcats are kind of keeping them at bay. I mean, they might try to go for the rotate here, which, I mean, Bobcats are ready for it, though, because they still have a player on A, a player on B, maybe one lurking up garage. But it does look like Cast A is going to be slow walking up, maybe trying to go through garage to cut them off, and it does definitely look like that. To be honest, I don't know that Bobcats are going to recognize this play, though.
Yeah, it is definitely interesting, especially because South Sand, they have no guns right now. They did pick up the shotgun dropped by Mark Jason Othon.
Placing alarm bot.
But as you can see, they're slowly pushing onto A site, slowly pushing up sewers, and there's only
30
one
seconds
South
left
Sand on A site right now, which is the Clove. No, I don't know if that agent.
Definitely the Waylay. If Waylay can hold this site, troopers can get in. And nope. You know, but to be fair, they are definitely holding their own here on this site. Another one down for Bobcats. One through the smoke. And to be honest, that's all she wrote.
It is all she wrote, especially because they had no guns, but hey, they were able to take one down and still build up a little bit of an eco. Now, they had to save. Now everyone's pretty much on equal fighting ground. South Sand mostly has a full buy. No, I lied. Only one person has a full buy. Everyone else is half buy. While Castec, they're slowly upgrading from their weapons, so it should be a pretty even battle right now, even though the eco is going to be a little bit rough, but South Sand, this is going to be the point where they have to start bringing it back up, for sure.
You know, I think it's interesting that, you know, Noodle here is about to get his ult. Nobi is not going to get that kill, but, you know, Nobi's pretty close, Turtle's pretty close. I think if they can just get their ults, they might be able to hold them off for at least a round, maybe two.
Last player standing.
So that is going to be a Castec round 3-0 up against Bobcat Esports.
I'm out of here.
You know, if I was Bobcats, I think I would personally take a timeout here just to recenter themselves. I mean, it's frustrating losing rounds. See, exactly. I knew this was going to happen. They're going to call a timeout. They're going to calm, cool, collected, try to basically just recenter themselves and realize, like, hey, look, you know, we're getting ones. We just need to get twos.
Exactly. Now, granted, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The timeout that we ended up having to take for production to fix all that could have iced them, because if y'all weren't here for the first round, it went down to a 1v1. And Cass ended up winning that one, but it was a super close battle till the very end.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, to be honest, they probably were riding that high, and then just it kind of died down as that timeout. But, like, again, technical issues happen. We're not going to point fingers at anybody. But, you know, if I was Huey at this point, I would just be telling the kids, like, hey, look, you know, don't worry about the post plans. You are going to be you want to force them to plant on a site that you're prepared for. And honestly, you know, I think this is definitely a really good call, having the split of, you know, 2 towards A site, 3 towards C, and just letting B ride. Like, there's no reason for us to be sitting on a site empty.
And last round, we saw a lot of old explosives coming out of the past. One is unfortunately treated out. Make that 2. That is going to be going in the favor of Castec.
Spike planted.
Plan has been dropped, so then now it's going to be a retake. But
it looks like Nug or Nobi is going to be rotating around, which is definitely what I would be doing in this situation. Trigger discipline is great here. Knows exactly where one is.
Forcing him to be pushed back up, so now it is suitable. Granted, there are some shotguns, but unfortunately, I think he is going to take it from top.
Last player
And
standing.
Fox is able to get 2. Can he get the third? It is now left up to Nug, and that was, even though I know that's your team, you gotta admit that was kind of clean.
That was kind of clean. That was clean. That was very clean.
Granted, no weapons.
Granted, no weapons. I also do think that Castek is really playing the numbers game very well here. They're definitely planting the bomb and moving towards a particular side of site where it's like, hey, you know, there's no dead corners. You're literally, I can see everything that's from this corner. And Bobcats are just not capitalizing on, you know, hey, we know that they're going to be here. Why not try to hold them off? And it looks like it's going to be a rush down A long. Bobcats are definitely moving towards the 4 onto A site with them blinded. Turtle's definitely getting one, getting traded.
And like I was mentioning earlier, I'm not sure if this is caught by broadcast, but Cass typically has more of an aggressive run and gun type of style, and we see that it's incorporated. The rush is planned out though. It's not just like running and gunning, so it is definitely overwhelming. I could definitely feel that, especially with 3 people getting blinded from South Sand. And it's gonna be tough, but it already looks like they are gonna be rotating off to save their guns, which is a good call on them, because retaking a site with all 4, make that now all 2. From South Sand, definitely save your guns.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, again, it's one of those things where it's like, Bobcats, just compose yourself. Make sure that you are not sacrificing rounds where you don't need to be sacrificing.
Immortality doesn't have as
now, if
many
you'd have to
day-to-day
point to
benefits as
someone
you'd
to
think.
watch out for on South Sand, who are you giving that like shout out to?
He's not really doing it right now, but #1 Nobi fan,
Okay.
or Nug as I like to call him, he is definitely one of the strongest fraggers that we have on the Bobcats, but he's also IGL.
Okay.
So a lot of what he's doing during a round is like calling, being like, and it looks like Castek is going to push up onto C site. Bobcats are definitely going to get caught off guard here.
Slow down.
Yes, right now, did he stop it? No, he does not stop
One
it. But
enemy
Martin's just
remaining.
running around. Already got a 3K. Make that 2 more for Castek, and Castek is up 6-0.
Almost out.
Now again, we've seen this written multiple times before. They're a run it down team. They truly are a run it down team, and unless you have people positioned correctly, this is historical with the old Cast team. Set up with shotgun.
It, honestly, a lot of what we've been told over the years
Quick feet, quick trigger.
is just, honestly, get Castek off of their toes and you win rounds. And I think that's what they're trying to do here, but they're also not anticipating the rushes properly. And it looks like Breach up onto site. We're gonna have 4, make that 3 Bobcats just sitting in the back, waiting for the retake.
I see Abdi's getting chased down right now. Shot on the back. Make that into a 1v4. Make that into #1, being last one left up. But again, Cass, they are the rushing team, but it seems more strategic. 2 rounds in a row, we see Neon popping her ult. This time we saw Breach popping their ult, and then previous rounds, I don't even think we've seen a Killjoy popping their ult. And I was just about to say, they could go pop their ult in like A and like sewers, and then that pushes everyone out. And as you can see where they're positioned right now, it's kind of looking something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest, South Sand also has 4 ults with
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Troopers almost having his ult as well.
Marked one.
Looks like Mark's gonna pop his, try to push up on the site, and maybe lurk on A long. Push up, actually.
position. Mark is already there, having some free aimed up after getting the player out of position. But it
Spike
is now
down
into a
A.
flurry fest. It is going to be now
Last
3-2.
player standing.
Make that a 1v3. But again, it's just unfortunate timing for South San High School.
Honestly, at this point, I would tell South San, like, hey, just back it up. Let's not focus on the game. Let's focus on the round, right? It's 0-0 again. Castek is going to 90%, I think, push, which is crazy because, you know, you would think that, like, oh, hey, we know that they're going to push, but then they do stuff like this where they take their time.
And that's got to be at the hands of Noodle with his IGL. He's like, all right, we're rushing A side, go to C side twice, and rush A twice. And it just
Looks like Akaza's going to be sewers waiting for that push. He's going to know that somebody's there and still get taken out.
That is so unfortunate because once that drone came in, as you can see right there, Mark's just running and gunning in. But that drone just caught him off, which forced his hand to essentially swing that. But
Yeah.
having both of the people with their guns up, it just makes it so hard. As we see
Spike
the
planted.
Killjoy forcing out all South Sand, but we do see a possible flank coming in from Adu. But if you're having a shotgun in this situation, it is going to be hard to retake. But ooh. We do see heavy damage get put onto Gluxy, but Nug is unfortunately not going to be able
One
to get
enemy
it.
remaining.
Make it into a 1v5, make that into 0v5.
Yup.
Okay, Sniper Chalk, 3-9 curse.
3-9 curse, yeah.
Let's hope for that. I know whenever I used to compete in esports, and I feel like this is a universal thing, the most annoying players, like we can be playing the exact same game plan, and then they just start playing like copper level,
Yeah.
and you just can't predict it anymore. That's what like tilts me the most. So maybe we might see something like that popping up because it just makes it so unpredictable.
It was really dumb. We used to have this thing at
are you?
SST where I'd be like, hey, play silver.
Yeah.
Like, play dumb. And to be honest, I think that's what Bobcats need right now, is just throw Castek off of their game. But it looks like they're going to go for the post plant. This is actually really surprising. They're just going to leave A side open. I mean, we've trained for this, but this is still going to be
Back in a
very chaotic. And it looks like Novi's going to be looking over heaven. One gets taken out,
Spike planted.
a short.
But we're finally able to put an end to Mark's reign while he had his ult pop. So that's going to be super huge. As you can see now, it is going to be in the favor of South San. First time we've seen of this game. Post-playing situation. Already marked off one of the players. Make that a
Dope.
2-4. That is huge for South San.
I mean, they know one sewers, and they definitely don't know that there's one long. But I
They
think,
just saw the drone
honestly...
pop up.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Could this be South San's first round?
I mean, one of them's got to go for it.
Last player
Oh no,
standing.
looks like South San saving. But that has been one of the closest round we've seen so far since round 1. Improvement.
This is true. This is very true. And I think, honestly, from that round, there was definitely a lot of information gained from them. You know, they are very confident in their post plants. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes it does. And it looks like we're actually going to be going toward... Oh.
See, I'm looking at Toxel's ultimate right there. I don't know if he's going to like push up into CT and then put pressure on them, making them turn around.
Gotta go.
I have no idea.
Definitely think that if they're not careful, which definitely we're seeing here, they're going to push up on a site and then just not clear their corners very well.
Mark being their primary edge.
Placing swamp grenade.
He's just running a gun and you got to just put an end to him ASAP.
Exactly.
Just make him get cold while shooting, because right now he's on a hot streak, but now it's going to be a retake situation. Everyone's going to be able to pop some damage off one of the players, but he does end up popping cold. It's huge.
Definitely for sure. And honestly, like even with the death there, they are getting that information. They know exactly where some people are at.
Yo, come on.
They'll make
enemy
a
remaining.
second huge kill for Azuka. Oh, can he get the third? But no.
I
Numbers are
will
going to be
see
getting it,
tomorrow.
and now that is going to be South Sand on the board. Huge.
Definitely think that South Sand needs to focus on those corners. They
Last
definitely could have won that
round
round a
before
little
the switch.
earlier with that Clove ult, but you know, again,
It's never chalked.
it's never chalked.
Anchor set. Anchor set.
So out of curiosity, do you know any of your players like pre-event like a tradition, or I don't know if that's the word I'm thinking of, like that they have to do every event to get. them
Oh, you're
locked
talking
in?
about like a player
A
ritual.
ritual. Yes, there we go.
To be honest, most of them just stay up all night.
Really?
I'm not kidding. They come in and they're like, oh man, I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, why? You know you have a tournament. But honestly, most of them just chill. They hang out. As far as I can tell, they're all pretty close outside of the game, which helps definitely with their chemistry.
Absolutely. And during that time, we saw Noodle and Gluxy being taken out. So again, it is never chalked. Castec possibly getting engagement in B side, but as we can see, there's going to be a slow lurk up A.
Akaza definitely can call that they're hearing movement A long, in which that definitely seems like the call that they made, because you see, what is that, Trooper heading towards Heaven. Akaza taking out Mark.
Like we were saying earlier, you got to shut down your entry, and that's exactly what ends up happening.
They're definitely, they know that Toxel's there, take him out, and now they just got to find the one. But to be honest, there's also the fact that, like, you know, what is it, Telecom has the bomb, and if he
30
doesn't plant it,
seconds
that's an automatic win for Bobcats.
Exactly, and we are going to be seeing a side change right after that, but as you can see, they do spot Telecom. Now, granted, I don't know if this is Judah, so Cass has been running without their full 5 this whole entire season so far, apparently. This might be Judah. Post up. Then that is
Yep.
going to be second round for South Sand. They started getting the momentum down right now, but let's see if we can see them
Switching sides.
continue the momentum on the side change.
You know, I definitely think that getting at least 2 rounds on defense is going to help them. Bobcats are okay when it comes to defense, but when they actually work together, they definitely have the numbers game.
And from what we are being told, or it looks like on broadcast, SSC has won their first round. So, huge. We'll be getting that properly updated momentarily, checking the challenge, but we're going to be getting right on into the second half of this game.
It's crazy that Castec is just leaving 1 on C. But, I mean, it may work out because they're already rotating over, which Bobcats hopefully can call and just be like, hey, look, you know, we got to back off, which I think is exactly what the call is. They knew that they could pull everybody over towards the C site, and now they're just running. Oh, but that Neon.
Spike drop.
Mark is just in this spot. He's definitely going to call that they're rotating.
Oh, but I
And
don't
I think
know
he's
if
going
they
to push
got
up
spotted.
and see, and it gets taken out.
Now it's a full-on collapse coming in on A. As you can see, all of the cast players are running it in, but then
They're going to rotate again.
But then also cast are reading this. As you can see, number 5, who is that? Abdu. He might be getting into the first engagement right here in CT. Let's see what ends
No,
up
he's
happening.
definitely going to
That was
see
a
this.
clutch smoke to just end up keeping him alive so that his whole team can regain. Do the team fight.
Closure, yeah. And then they're going to take out Garage. Definitely
30 seconds
good to
left.
plant towards C long here. They back up. They definitely... Castec knows that there's 1 person in that box. Gets taken out.
Last player standing.
Oh,
And y'all can't
Oh,
hear this,
hey,
but
we
you
got
can,
it.
you can hear the energy coming in already from South Sand. Before, like, you weren't hearing any like excitement coming in from Cast or from South Sand. And after winning the third round, you hear nice, and you hear some clapping, you hear some fist bumps going on. I'm assuming. I can't hear fist bumps, but it's a lot less tense in this room if you're a South San fan. Now, granted, this is the last game of round 1. You ready for the results?
Definitely.
SSC beat Warren 13-3.
No surprise.
Holmes beat Cougs 13-1.
No surprise.
And we're here right now. It is 10-3. We are in round 14. Going into it, as you can see, is going to be a slow waiting game coming in from South San.
Let's see if they're going to catch this off. Yes. Definitely going to take one out. Now, Castech is going to know that Bobcats are just playing it slow here. And to be honest, I think this is definitely the best play that they could be doing against this team. Castech cannot do anything against these slow pushes on attack.
Placing swarm grenade.
Now, I will say,
Them down.
I'll bring it up after the fact. It's just more of like an observation of how Cast play. It's written in all their games, from Rainbow Six to Valorant to Smash and all that. They play this game called ADHD ball.
Bring them
They-
down.
This is very fair.
they just run and gun everything. But as you can see, that was huge intel coming in for maybe to understand where everyone is in sight. It is now left up into a 4v2. Toxel only has a shotgun. So we'll see what ends up happening. It looks like it's already going to be a South Sand, but no, Toxel.
I mean, I wouldn't
Player standing.
Don't you do
leave
it, Toxel.
the shotgun out. Like, they're definitely going to... They definitely know that there's a player here. But at the same time, can they do anything about it? That's the question.
He just TP'd out, and he is going to be the last one left standing.
Yep, and even through the smoke, they still get him. That's
just
crazy.
I was going to say, well, if they kill him, he ends up getting more eco, but I'm assuming he would have tried to die to the bomb either way.
Yeah.
So it was good call from South San. 10-4, round 15. Like I said, it's never chalked.
I do think it's very interesting. You know, you look at the side of Castech, you know, you've got 14, 13, 12, 9, and 5. And then you come over to the side of Bobcats, where it's like, there's definitely one clear person who's our kill leader, and that's Novi. Honestly, it's insane that Nug has gone from, like, bottom up to the top in just that short amount of time.
Exactly, and you did shout him out earlier.
Definitely think Bobcats have caused Castech to start thinking more methodically about, like, okay, they're going to play slow, and I think this is the time where they switch it up. Will they do it? We'll find out next time.
We'll find out next time. Yeah, exactly. As you can see, Noodle's playing like super aggressive on that like A hold right now, trying to see if he can catch anyone off guard. Again, Noodle's straight up confident. I remember, if you follow Call of Duty, there's this guy named Formal.
Yes.
He was talking on podcast yesterday or off of a stream clip, and he purposefully positioned himself out in the open because he just had that big of an ego.
Yes.
And it gets into players' heads, and that's what Noodle's trying to do, but Akaza is like, take that ego off.
Yeah.
I am going to 100% get that kill.
Slowing them
And
down.
as you can see, it is now 5v4, rushing in straight on into A, and Cass is trying to retake
30
it as we
seconds
speak.
left.
It's definitely interesting to see Castech kind of leaving Heaven alone. Heaven can definitely be the make or break here, I think, especially against the Bobcats.
Oh, but they did end up getting snatched by that. Oh, and they're going to pop him with the breach ult. Not ult, but like his fire. It's been a while since I played this game, but it's now left to 1v2. Don't sign up. That was scary.
Definitely.
That was so scary because we've seen the curse line up in all these different types of games, and that was too close for comfort. But South San, 5 rounds in a row.
I think this is the first time that a team has taken Castech. Maybe. This is the first time that I've seen Castech taken to more than 4 rounds in a game.
I will say since year 1, because Steel,
Oh, yeah.
That one-
that is very true.
those are my favorite games because one of the games went up to 20 to 18, I think.
Yeah. No, that is true.
But it's been a while, so this is huge for
Oh,
South
and
San.
it looks like Castech is going to try to push up to catch them off guard. But Bobcats are just going to go towards C. They're not going to see that Toxel's here on C long. But I think just playing slow, playing methodically. They can't go wrong here.
It's just a waiting game coming out of South Sand, which is perfect if you're playing against the ADHD round.
And honestly, it's a really good call for them to just be like, hey, let's back up. Let's, you know, we have a full minute and a half to plan. We don't have to go within the first, like, 30 seconds. We can take our time. I think it's like, what, 7-8 seconds to plant, something like that? So as long as you're on site within, like, 20 seconds, you have the momentum to just slow down. Definitely think it's going to be interesting how Akaza approaches, you know. Oh, did they not see? Mark didn't see him.
30
They're
seconds
just going to
left.
rotate. Oh, or they're going to get caught by the KJ.
Drop in a smoke.
I do see the turn showing up.
And the turret gets taken out.
That's huge. As we can see, there might be a battle going on in Garage with the Killjoy running in through window. This could be huge.
10 seconds left.
You know, they're going to plant, and they're going to Toxel right there on box.
Call him out!
Please tell me they caught
Enemy
that.
remaining.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. So that is going to be the end of the South Sand run for right now for the 5 rounds in a row. So
Yes.
Castag going up 11-5 now. This is huge if you're a Castag fan. I love Castag, but I dropped the bias because I know how they play.
Yes.
And then, of course, Huey's going to be stopping that immediately in the tracks, which is perfect because once Castag starts feeling themselves, you got to shut that down.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, honestly, here, you're going to have Huey just telling them, like, hey, y'all did really good. Here's what you did wrong. Which, you know, to them, it might seem harsh at the time, but then, you know, a few rounds later, you're like, oh, hey, Huey's telling the truth. Like, hey, we need to, like, lock down the site quickly, and then we need to be focusing on where can they come in on. You know, 4 players on a site, that's enough for you to have somebody on each entrance plus rotator. And I think, honestly, that's what Bobcats need to do here. They just need to get on site, slow, methodical.
Yes.
But then as soon as they capture that site, just one person looks right, one person looks left, one person is looking straight ahead, and the other person is just rotating between the 4.
Yeah. And they've been playing it phenomenally up to that point. It was literally just ratting out in corners.
Yep.
So once you start feeling yourself, you have to still keep the fundamentals. If not, you're playing ADHD ball as well.
Exactly. And I think, honestly, again, like, South Sand doing the slow play here, I think is definitely helping them for the other teams that are watching this VOD later on.
Yeah. I just noticed that there's an op, so that's why I have that reaction.
Interesting. And on Mark.
Yeah. Sorry for cutting you off. I'm like, there's an op and it's really 8 long.
And not just that there's an op, but on the entry.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna kind of lurk up here. Definitely gonna catch the drone. They know that almost just said SSC. Dang. They know that Bobcats are gonna be going towards Garage. They just don't know if that's the full plan. And I think this is a beautiful call by Nug. Just backing off, letting. Oh,
No, don't.
That neon. They know. Oh, Mark, we missed it. How did he miss? I mean, at least they know the call now.
Yeah, that they saw like 3 of them right there. Defender Killjoy going up, so this is going to be halting down Bobcat Esports. As you can see, they're already pulling back a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but just run into that corner. Can you make it? Oh no, 2 of the players are detained in a long.
30
Can you
seconds
protect your
left.
teammates? That is question.
I think definitely the play here is, if I was Bobcats, just back off again. Like, don't let them take these picks.
Like, Mark's just going to be holding that long with the sniper just to, because he knows that y'all are A, unless y'all like to rotate it to B.
Last player standing.
And
Spike
that is
down
going to be
A.
Noodle getting that huge 3K right there. South Sand, breathe,
Match point.
breathe, because it is match point, but anything could happen.
Nobi,
Oh,
no.
Nobi.
What? Brother, don't let him tilt you. You are being tilted right now. Please, Put it away. Get out your Guardian or your AK, please. But at the same time, I think Cast is playing this
Make me
beautifully. 5 rounds down, and you're still getting info very quickly. Looks like there's definitely going to be one spotted with the Sova dart.
I know he's just shoulder checking, but it's just hilarious just to see in like observer view.
Oh,
I think I did hear a sniper shot, so he knows that.
definitely. I mean, it was a miss, but they're definitely going to predict this push up through garage. And again, Castec just slowly but surely pinching them.
I see there's a lot of action getting ready to go on inside of garage. There is a turn in there. They are droning it out, so they're able to get a huge amount of intel. Killjoy just shot out the drone, but that ends up telling Cast, hey, there's a chance that they end up going C, which is a perfect call. What they're doing right now, just pulling out of that aggressive take.
30 seconds left.
Definitely, for sure. And I think, honestly, here's where Bobcats make that call, like, hey, let's go to a different site. Maybe not the best choice to go to B, but
I guess they're still concerned with Mark with the sniper, but it's 15 seconds left, so it's now or never.
yeah, it's definitely now or never. And,
One enemy remaining. 10 seconds left.
Toxel going huge, just trying to get that 4K. They're going for the 9.
they're going for it.
It is going to be GG for
Defenders win.
Castec and South Sin. Castec will be taking that game 1 of today, 13-5. So we'll be seeing an updated bracket momentarily. And facing Castec will be... Pause for dramatic effect. It popped up and then it disappeared. All right, so they're either playing against Holmes or SST, which is going to be a banger match either way.
I definitely think there's good on both sides, right? You've got SST, which arguably 3rd place in the tournament currently. And then you've also got... Oh?
It just generated.
Okay. Cast versus SST. This is definitely going to be a good match, depending upon which map.
That is true. I see Harlan's going to be playing against Holmes. So that's going to be a little bit of a...
That's going to be shaky.
It's going to be hard because Holmes just won against Kooks 13-1.
Yeah.
Harlan hasn't played today, so they're going into the match cold. That's why I'm like, it's going to be a little bit debatable. So I'm assuming we're going to see Cass once again on broadcast against SSC or Kooks versus South San. Which one would you prefer? We get to make the decision because
Yeah.
are you wanting to cast with us still for a little bit longer?
I'm down. I'm down to cast. We got time.
We do got time.
No, I definitely think both matches would be really good. Cougs, I would have to look at the stats, honestly.
You have to look at the stats? Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. They lost 13-1 to Holmes,
But Holmes is a powerhouse.
just like Cass. So we could be seeing Battle of the Titans. Or
I would argue Battle of the Titans.
Battle of the Titans? All
I
right.
think so.
Let me text the admins that we're doing Cass versus Holmes. Last chance.
Yeah, let's do Cast versus Holmes.
Holmes on broadcast. Now, for those of you who know, Cass versus Holmes is not brand new. We've seen them in finals the last year up on stage. So it could be Holmes' chance to get their get back. Like last couple times we've seen it, it's been a little bit rough. It's also been about like 13-4, 13-5.
I think Holmes is a really good team. I think if we were to do, at least in my opinion, power rankings, Castec, Holmes, SST, bias Bobcats, but
Bobcats got to go third.
We got to get at least fourth this
Okay.
year.
Okay.
I think that's the internal plan. But, you know, Holmes has been a team that definitely is strong until they hit a brick wall. And when they hit that brick wall, it's a toss-up between crumble or go through. I'm definitely curious to see how they play out today.
Definitely. I also wonder if they have their full 5. Because remember,
This is
either the
true.
first event, I think it was the first event, they're missing a player throughout the whole entire game, so they're running a 4v5. I forgot who they played, if it's against y'all or SST or another like powerhouse of a team. They ended up reverse sweeping.
I think that was either us or SST.
I want to say
100%.
SST.
100%.
Okay. So we're just going to be waiting till we get that game up. So let's cut to a quick break.
For sure.
We'll see you momentarily. All right, and welcome everyone back to the December Duels event. Last match, we saw Cass versus South San, 1305. Now we're going to be seeing Cass once more. I got to say, this is going to be your special because you're going to be seeing your old team on broadcast. New team, old team. It's gonna be
I
a
don't
good
know
time.
how I feel about this, honestly. But, you know, I think SST has a really good shot at taking cast. I genuinely think that, you know, Coach Sean has been working diligently to fix the small mistakes that they sometimes make. And to be honest, it's a pretty good dynamic that they got going on.
Absolutely. And throwing it back to our previous event back in May, awesome event to watch. I remember that was a close game. It went to a game 3, I'm pretty sure, right?
For Bobcats versus SST?
No, SST versus Cass.
No.
No?
It was 0-2.
Really? I thought it was a close game.
There was a close game, but we ultimately lost at the very end.
Okay.
This is definitely an interesting setup. Oppenheimer on Chamber, Avogadro on Breach, Schrodinger on Fade, Doof on Omen, and Pythagoras on Jet. And then on the opposite side, it looks like Cast has switched up their...
Yeah, exactly. Because I was looking at Mark. He was originally on Neon, and I was like, okay, staying the same. But then I looked down to everyone else. Complete role change. Complete everything change.
It's definitely interesting.
But I'm definitely excited to see Pearl. I haven't seen Pearl on broadcast in a little bit while. It's interesting. What are your thoughts on it?
Honestly, I think Pearl's a really good map. Could we see some upsets today? Maybe.
We shall see.
Definitely interesting to see SST at least looking like they're gonna push A. I'm curious if Cass is gonna expect this. Looking at this, that's like what, Sage coming down mid. What's 5?
5 is going to be
Fade?
Noodle. Yeah, Fade.
Yeah.
It's a media trade going off on A site going on. As you see, there's already a quick rotation coming in from SST. Gluxy is slowly reading that. Maybe also Mark. I'm not sure. As you can see, there's a lot of pinks coming in from SST. Might see another gun engagement as Mark is slowly peeking through double door. Ends up
Definitely
flicking
gonna-
on. That's new. Doffer Duke.
Yeah. Definitely wasn't expecting that.
The name or the play?
Both.
Okay. I was going to say, this is a little bit of a roster change from last year, I think, right?
SST did have a few players graduate last year.
Spike planted.
Okay.
Oh. Definitely a good 2v2 situation to be in.
Last player
Oppenheimer
standing.
gonna get the kill under.
Last player standing.
Oh, now it's down to a 1v1.
Ooh.
Getting the 3K. That was scary.
Definitely. I think
Not even
SST could have had that, but Noodle played a really good round there. Definitely gonna see SST try to do the same. Actually, looks like they might try to go mid.
Interesting. And as you can see, Mark's back on to the sniper. I didn't know that he was a sniper, especially for it to be the entry.
That's definitely weird.
Where are you?
As you can see, the Hans immediately destroyed when we might see a fight, and Mark is going to be able to get 2. That was huge from Mark.
Down A.
Mark, I'm sorry for doubting you. As you can see, Noodle is going to be getting pressured a little bit, but that is going to be no issue for Noodle with the 3K. Oh my,
Goodness.
Cassie is going huge.
That was perfection.
That, call a timeout. It's round 2, but call a timeout.
Yeah.
After Mark got the 2K and then Noodle got the 3K, you got to pause. Breathe.
Definitely.
Even if they just end up like waiting out this round and just see what I used to do in Siege. I keep going back to it, but I was just watching some old gameplay, so I'm like, you know what? It's fresh on the mind. We used to do these things called like tactical timeouts, where it'd be like in a 1v5 or whatever, and we would just have that one person just hiding, and we'd go over stuff, so we get our own like timeout
Exactly.
in the round. So I don't know if that's the same thing that happens in Valorant a lot or not
I'll
really.
find you.
Just pretty much time to go over what's going on. But as you can see, that is not going to be stopping SSC. A full-on A-take happening. Plant's already going to go down. Linear is the only one that seems to be directly on site, but Cass is already starting to make it back. Linear is able to get 1, make that get 2. Oppenheimer and Schrodinger are able to bounce back. Schrodinger gets 2. It is now left into a 2v3 situation. Make that a 1v3 situation with Linear. The first one on site is going to be the last one on site, and this last one going to be taken off. SST is able to pick it back up, putting it 2-1 in Cass' favor.
Definitely think SST could take this momentum and just honestly start trolling. I
Really?
think SST could probably tie it up 2-2. But the one thing that we've always noticed.
Pop his ult. He just gave up his gun.
Interesting.
But continue going on
You
with this
want
thing. I
to
just noticed
play?
that
Let's
immediately.
play.
Definitely interesting seeing them try to go C long, especially with the bomb. Will Toxel anticipate the push?
See, Oppenheimer's in a weird position when his ult's already popped. That's...
Yeah.
But it's a very heavy split. As you can see, there's going to be 2 on B, 2 mid, 1 in the back. Toxel already able to take down 1, make that a retrade coming from Schrodinger, making that trade after
Spike
trade. It is
planted.
now a 3v3. Spike is planted. It is
handle
now
this.
left on SST on the retake.
Last player
Mark was able to get a lot of intel, but
One day.
Avogadro was able to get 2. Now Gluxy's able to repeat that, make that into another SSC round. Don't know if y'all can hear that, but SSC is pretty hyped about that. And immediately, Castek is already facing someone early on, putting them back into their place. So this is already, I'm excited for this match. Very, very excited.
Definitely for sure excited for this match. Definitely interesting to see this split now.
Even fight?
Putting
That's
myself in the
fun.
mind of like the SST players, are we trying to split or are we trying to fake? This is definitely the the thought process.
Someone's got scared. Someone got jump scared.
Oh yeah. Definitely looks like SST is going to play this slower than they have been the past couple of rounds. Going for a few shots through the smoke. And then backing off towards B site.
I'm just confused if they're trying to go through wrap around mid or wrap around B. As you can see, they're already sending out a dog on B site, leaving who is at Toxel ready to be the first one in the gun engagement. Already TP'd out, is already able to communicate with his teammates saying, hey, they're pushing B. Trap's already set up, smoke's already set up. One player is being flashed in, I believe that was Mark, and now SSC is locked in on site, planting the spike down, putting Cass already into a pressure situation. Mark is up and running around, and that is going to be a 3K coming in from SSC, making that a 4K, leaving it all up to Noodle, and Noodle, he's going to want to try to stay alive as best as he can, try to get killed by the bomb, but he's already taking out players. Noodle's built diff, he's going to be challenging that. Just trying to break Cass's eco, or not Cass's, SSC's eco as best as he can.
Definitely interesting to see how SST is playing this post.
Interesting.
Definitely interesting.
So yeah, now 2-3 in favor of SST. I feel like this is the first time we've seen this season that someone has a lead on Cass.
Definitely for sure. I think if I was Cast, I would start thinking like, okay, how can we prevent this momentum going forward? And honestly, very easily could prevent SST from continuing this forward. Just playing trades, playing off of each other. Definitely looks like Toxel is going to try to take out Oppenheimer, who has an op.
Not left to 4v4. Now, granted, I did see one of the other players of Cast Tech, it being Ethan or Bongle, depending on what tag you know him by. So it's still not fully the full roster. They're just doing different subbing and in and out, back and forth. So I'm very curious to see what the full roster of Cast Tech looks like. But nothing taken away from SSC, because SSC, they're doing phenomenal right now. Oppenheimer
Got attack blocking vision.
is doing something on B site. It's going to be a battle of the chambers, yeah.
For sure. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Oppenheimer is just trying to play time here.
There.
Definitely trying to get them off site. Definitely getting caught off guard there.
Yeah, Linear did have a huge pick off, taking off the breach. Now it is going to be a retake coming in for Castek. Neil just sprays and prays and is able to get one. Scrodinger knows that there's at least one, maybe two in the smoke, and he is going to be left alone on the site.
One enemy remaining.
Making him no one on site, so it's now going to be left with Oppenheimer having to go pick up the battle. Now the question is, does he run and get back to the op, or is he going to go fight for it? He's going to fight for it. It's going to be 3-3, tied up on the 6th round. Let's see what ults are available. We see a Linear with his, Gluxy with them, Schrodinger's, Doofenshmirtz, and Pythagoras. Okay. Any predicaments of any of the ults that are being popped off this round?
I definitely think with how SST is playing, Gluxy's probably going to save his for post-plant. Schrodinger is probably going to pop his on entry. Don't know that we'll see Omens pop this round unless something goes terribly wrong. And it does look like it's about to go terribly wrong with, what is this, Mark just peeking around this corner.
Mark just got
Spike
one right
down
now. But Pythagoras is able to take that. Linear is able to refrag, leaving it into a 3v4 in favor of Cast Tech. All ults available
Spike
for
planted.
SST, 2 ults available for Cass. Now it's going to be a 2v4 situation post-plant. This is doable. 100% doable.
Definitely doable.
One enemy remaining.
Blinding.
Now, Dr. Beast first is definitely not going to pop that ult because it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense whatsoever. It looks like they're probably going to give Toxel the defuse. Yes, they are. So, one kill or one orb away for Toxel to be getting his cyber.
Definitely curious to see. Yep, I knew exactly. I was gonna be like, hey, when is SST gonna call this timeout? Because
Should
they
I play
definitely
some
need to
stars
call
in
that
this
timeout
reality?
of like, you know, it may seem like a close game, but that last round, that was almost a complete blowout. I think it was like what, 2 people versus 4
Yeah, 2v4.
for a majority of that round, and then they got like 1 person. But to be honest, if I'm Castech, I would just be like, hey, look, we know how they play. They're definitely playing semi-close to the same every single round. Let's just try to cut them off. Let's move them towards maybe mid and getting them off guard.
Yeah, because I haven't seen any mid-gun fights since round 1, I think.
Yeah, definitely during that pistol round, there was the really good one between, I think it was Mark and Schrodinger. I keep forgetting his name. But
Need a drop.
definitely curious to see if
Let's
SST
see
is
now.
going to try to change up the strategy.
Right there.
It definitely looks like they are.
Taking that back.
What is that? Brim with, or Breach with the bomb. I think this might be the time that SST goes for the full push.
Get out of my way.
And definitely they are.
Oh,
Getting a good very trade with Toxel there.
I just realized he bought an op when he has an op in his pocket.
Exactly.
I guess just throws off the team.
Could be. Definitely interesting to see if Oppenheimer's gonna
Oh,
get taken out here by Noodle. Definitely looks like they're gonna push up on the C site. Still a 3v5 situation. One getting flashed. Clone going out.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
now this is the cast that we're used to seeing.
Spike is here.
SSC, they didn't have the greatest eco. Well, as you can see, he's backing out of there as best as he can. Line spree is doable. Okay, takes one down with him. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. But SSC, I think they're more in a top five
You
type of
must fall.
situation. Let's see
Then
their
fall
eco.
near me.
All right, they're chilling for this round.
Definitely. And I think, honestly, you know, on the side of Castech, they are countering SST very well.
12-3 on Noodle. Crazy.
Definitely an interesting stat there. You know, SST is very even across the board, but then you look at Noodle being 12 and the next person was like, what, 5?
Yeah. 5 or 6. Definitely not 6 or 7.
Yeah.
As you see, Pythagoras did end up getting caught in, but is not going to take the Yoru bait at all. SST is going to be rotating directly out of A site, but there might be an engagement.
One less.
As soon as I called it, Oppenheimer's able to get one out. Breaking up
My
the
ult's
ice
not
ball
ready.
and just going to put some pressure onto Cast. As you see, all of them are split off from each other. So, it might make life very easy for SST if it's a 4v1, but it can also be a 1v4 if y'all.
Exactly. And
That perfect.
great shout there by Schrodinger going left. The question being, are they going to
Spike
catch
down
Toxel
B.
here?
And that's the answer is going to be no. Still has the op in hand, making it still a 2v4 as Linear is
Spike
slowly
planted.
flanking up, but looks like Sense is coming in.
A power pop.
Spider Sense is tingling, but not tingling
Last
enough.
player standing.
Oppenheimer got that though.
It's crazy. Now the
wonder-
question is Toxel going to save this op, or is he just going to say YOLO and just go for it?
I feel it's gonna be like he's just gonna be playing it out, seeing if he could get any like frags if anyone can decide, but Already running away. So that is going to put this round 5-4, still in favor of Cast Tech. So what went successfully?
Too far.
Teleport gone.
Definitely think the team plays there benefited the side of SST. Peeking corners with 2s instead of 1s, and honestly, like, Castec is a very heavy frag team, whereas SST, like, everybody's pretty even because they're trading 9 times out of 10, which is great because then, you know, you get numbers like this where it's like Toxel's 3 and 4, Gluxy is 4 and 6. It's a very steep curve when it comes to the stats on Castec.
See Noodle is going to be riding out in the corner, but it's going to be traded out by Oppenheimer, putting it back into a 4v4. It's going to be a 2-2 split looking at A, so like you were saying earlier, just putting it into
Spike down A.
2v1s.
2v1s.
That's all it really takes for SST to thrive, is just getting those 2v1s, getting... Oh, and Gluxy's going to go for the ult on, what was that, Noodle?
Yep. So now, from it being a 2v2, it's now going to be a 2v3. Double fade ults popping off, but...
Schrodinger definitely going to fake that and go
this one.
for...
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Toxel going
Spike
for the
down
back.
A.
Teleport's ready.
Dr. D is just going to be playing for frags because he has...
There.
Actually, no, he has his ult. If he's able to escape it, that would be huge.
Still in sight.
See how he plays it. Yep. Running away.
30
I
seconds
mean, there's
left.
still the option for him to ult, grab the bomb, and then go towards B.
That's exactly what it looks like is happening. But as you can see, who is Red running against him? Noodle's already going to be prepping there, so I wonder.
10
I don't think
seconds
he has enough
left.
time.
Yeah, definitely not enough time for this.
I would say if Cass ended up just giving that up completely, what they could have done, just stuck the ult out and just planted right there, which would have been really, really funny to see. But
Definitely.
it's now going to be up 6-4. Let's see if Cass is able to get one more. SSC may be able to get 2 more, so we can see our famous favorite.
Oh my god.
You already know what I'm talking about. Last broadcast, the last match of the day, our 2 casters, I know it was, what's his name, Tanner.
Yeah.
I forgot who was casting with him, if it was Mark or if it was, it might have been Huey that was casting with them. And the whole entire broadcast, I kept hearing 6-7.
Yep.
You want to play?
That
Let's
sounds like
play.
Huey for you.
That's a good start.
Definitely looks like there's going to be an interesting fight here towards C long or B long. And I take it back. They're going to go back. Interesting. SST just took the site practically for free.
Blocking sight.
Last player standing.
Now down to a 1v4 situation.
planted.
Now I'm curious if Toxel would recreate the 1v4 that we saw in the quarterfinals last year.
Ooh.
Definitely looks like it's going to be a save round though from Toxel. I mean, they have the resources.
Yeah.
They definitely can just be like, hey, you know, they outplayed us this round.
Teleport's ready.
4v1. I'm not going to risk it. SSC definitely going to play this smartly where they're, you know, I'm going to stop talking because it looks like they're actually going to try to hunt down the player.
I respect it. Because again, he has his ult still available.
Now, this is true.
That is going to be 6-5 in favor of Cass
No
Tech.
charges.
Last round in the half.
Buy what you need. Otherwise, we're going to look
I'm
very
curious if I'm curious to see if Castec is gonna try to anticipate this, what looks like to be a B hit.
there.
Definitely think that SST is gonna try to go from the left-hand side. and they're just throwing guns.
Interesting.
Interesting call there. Toxel
Spike down.
getting Oppenheimer down to a 3v2 situation, and honestly, I'm not surprised. Definitely, they had a plan, and the plan fell apart. Kind of like that meme with what's his face from The Flash. You make a plan, you execute the plan, expect the plan to fail. I don't think they expected this plan to fail.
Yeah. I was going to say this is going to be all from the marbles for the first round, or for the first set, because it is going to be round 12. I'm surprised we didn't see double ops coming in from the pass. That would have made it think.
One enemy remaining.
Mark is able to get one more. Going to be flashing, doing his flash of his own, which is going to leave us into a 1v3 scenario. But it's close. All I got to say is, SSC, I'm rooting for you to get the next round.
Switching sides.
It seems these strangers.
Definitely, it seems like it's going pretty lively out there with the games that we have going on.
I believe that's Holmes that's screaming, right?
More than likely, yeah. Taking the opportunity, and it looks like Linear's going to take 2. Definitely here in this
One enemy
3v5
remaining.
situation. SST is going to have favor going into this
Dude,
site.
where did everyone?
Pulling them in.
1v2, 1v. Huge. Hey. What round is it? What round is it?
7. Good lord.
Hey, we're hearing it on. What round was that?
This is 6-7. I swear, man. Hearing the players get all hyped about that, though, that's definitely interesting.
You know, I'm gonna have to have us create a 6-7 graphic. So whenever we get like a round, look at that.
Definitely would be interesting to see. Definitely curious to see how Caste is going to play this. It looks like they are going to split and back off. Interesting. 3 players going down mid with no opposition whatsoever. Looks like they're going to come up right on somebody and just knife. That
Mark.
I kind of expected it, honestly.
That's just the way how Cass runs. They were always running around with their knives, trying to see if they could catch someone off guard. But interesting how all Cass are just kind of like bundled up, even though they're split off, just like right in the middle. So I wonder if they're going to go for a B take, which is going to put Oppenheimer in a tricky situation because he only has a Marshall. But Caster's curse, man. Literally everyone left B.
Obscuring vid concealment.
Linear's in a great position to get a huge, like,
Spike
depends on the
planted.
timing. And they're immediately able to take him out. So it's now left onto a 4v4 situation, retake type of scenario. Looks like we're playing Rainbow Six Siege. Mute hopped onto our broadcast and swapped it over. Unfortunately, looks like we're now playing Rainbow Six Siege, and the game did end up crashing. The game crashed on 6-7. That is going to be the end of the series, unfortunately.
That's crazy. You know,
But hey, it looks
wait,
like we're back.
wait,
Oh,
we're back. We're back?
So it didn't only crash on the observers, and it also crashed on the gameplays.
Oh my god. You know, I'm curious
welcome
what
to
the
Valorant.
ruling is going to be here.
Yeah.
If we're going to have to replay that round or...
That is going to be a good question. I don't know, because it was a 4v4.
Yeah, that was definitely winnable if the game didn't, like, glitch out. But at the same time, it's...
I haven't seen anyone call for like a host or like a pause or anything.
Yeah, definitely curious what's going through the players' heads at this point. But it looks like they're just going to continue playing the game. SSC is saying, you know what? Tech issue speed.
But it's hilarious because you hear all the players screaming that the game just started back up.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't affect SSC's mentals too hard, because it's going to be a 2v5 already. Make that a 1v5 situation. I do hear refs talking around in the background, so I don't know if that's going to affect anything.
Definitely sounds like there might be a tech pause. Question mark?
Need that back.
Seems like all the players are playing, so I guess they just said it is what it is.
Yeah.
We lost that round, even though it was a tech issue. I don't know. I wonder if that was a gameplay issue or if that was an internet issue. It could be many things, but welcome to live esports. We see.
This is true.
I will say Valorant is one of the best out of all of them. So that was a very, very rare instance of something like that happening. I hear Call of Duty. As you can see, Oppenheimer is going to be, no, it wasn't Oppenheimer. Toxel ends up backing out of there. Mark is going through a tear, making it into a 2v3 situation already. As you can see, SSC were on a little bit more of a light vibe, but not letting that put them into a low situation as they're able to take out Toxel. But they're all kind of bunched up, so let's see what ends up happening. Puts that ice wall down, immediately gets destroyed by his own teammates, so.
Take hold.
Definitely curious what's going through the teams. Well, it's going through both teams' heads right now because.
Last player standing.
And that is a clear indication. They are still hyped.
That is hype. I know if that would have happened to me, I would be fuming. I would be calling for a remake of that last round. But
yeah.
they're chilling. They're straight up chilling.
It does look like potentially the infographic crashed as well.
Should be.
But hey, we're still here.
Yeah.
Here.
Which part of the graphic looks wrong?
I'm not seeing any buys come out from Castek. Like it looks like it's the same guns.
Oh yeah, that is bugged. Okay.
Who's next?
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Okay. So we do apologize for that, y'all. Whenever the game crashed, it just got rid of all the graphics. So. But the thing that seems correct is the score. It should still be 9-7.
Should still be 9-7, yes.
Definitely
curious as to what's going on there.
You went to go check the score as well. Is it 9-7? I thought it was 6-7. I mean, if you flip the 9 around.
It could be. Definitely shots going out on site. Does look like they're going to be pushing up C-Long, and I'm curious if Oppenheimer's going to notice this, and he definitely does. Going to call out to his teammates. The rotation is coming in. Looks like Yoru is going to be sitting and holding in mid.
There. 30 seconds left.
Which is going to put us into a 2v5.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Make that into a 1v5 situation. Let's see what ends up happening. Let's see if he's able to get
No
any
charges.
kills in the back end.
Need that back.
I will say today has been a very cozy day, I will say. Just going outside. Kind of humid, surprisingly. I thought it was going to be a little bit cooler, but with all the fog going around,
Oh, yeah.
I bet today's a nice day to watch some Valorant for sure.
Definitely a great day to experience high school Valorant.
I will also say shout out Northside. They're hosting their esports competition going on right now for their Northside Championship. So for those of you who are unaware of R20, R20 is a regional-based thing, so everyone in San Antonio and outskirts of San Antonio are able to compete. I know we've had Steele High School. I think we had a Bernie School at one time, or we might still have one. We had New Braunfels competing for a little bit. So it made esports competition really, really interesting because you have such a diverse group of teams. While with Northside, it's typically only the north side team, so that's why we're not going to be seeing as many teams. I believe, I don't know if it's affecting Valorant.
Bring them down.
But as I say that, Oppenheimer is going to be taking out top, so putting us into
Spike down mid.
the second kill on the round. It's now going to be left to a 2v5.
One enemy remaining.
Here.
Definitely looks like SST is going to be hunting here. And
It looks great, even after that like round pause that happened mid-series.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not affected them at all.
it's definitely going to be interesting to see if SST can carry this momentum. You know, technically, Castek only needs 3 rounds. SST needs 5. But we've seen time and time again that SST can get those consistent back-to-back rounds.
And again, just a quick reminder for everyone: once the game crashed for everyone, the graphic on the bottom bugged out. So that's not the eco, that's not their weapons.
Linear is definitely not rocking just a knife.
Yes,
Face your fear!
and also their abilities are not correct either. So the only thing you have to worry about is the score changes at the top, and that will tell you everything that's going on. But as you can see, they are all rushing towards A side, getting a A side type of plant. It is going to be a 4v5 situation because one is going to be rotating. That could be a huge kill. You see the fighting. As you can see, Mark is able to get 2, Schrodinger is able to get 1, but is traded out by Mark, putting us into a 4v3 situation. Make that a 3v3 situation.
One enemy
pops his
remaining.
ult. Oppenheimer gets 2 with his ult. Linear is able to get 1, so it is still going to
I
be.
need a
Oh,
schooling
Oppenheimer's about to
damage.
confuse. Let's see what ends up happening. Close.
Definitely
Oppenheimer's
curious. He's
getting
going to stick.
Huge round. Ends up being a 1v1 towards the end. I will say SSC's go a little bit rough right there, but they made it work.
Definitely. And I think,
I should play
honestly,
some Astro Stars in this reality.
Castek, I got to give them props. They cleared that site very quickly. And definitely did not give SST a chance to, like, stop the plant. But SSC played that retake beautifully.
Especially with Oppenheimer popping his ult right there, because without his ult, those 2 kills
Definitely.
change everything.
Looks like Oppenheimer is going to... Not
Bring
Oppenheimer.
them down.
Pythagoras is going to catch at least 2 people and be able to call.
Bring them down.
And it looks like SSC is going to take this rotate slow.
I guess they didn't take Mark seriously when Mark was
Spike
running right
down
next to
A.
them. They probably thought, oh, he's going to TP out. Nope, Mark just decided to un-TP through there, or unbop his ult. Absolutely insane. Who's going to be leaving? Who's that? Pythagoras? Yep, it's luck.
One enemy remaining.
Definitely good hunting season for Castek.
Very, very huge of a round, because Pass only needs 2. SST needs 4. Yeah, no?
Definitely 4.
It's early morning for y'all, for me, I will say. See, growing up like as a gamer, I notoriously like woke up super late.
See, the schedule back in the day was like not go to bed till 4 a.m. and then wake up at like 1 p.m. And then grind, which thankfully most of these students do not do anymore because that was unhealthy.
Yeah.
Getting back into it, it looks like Castek is going to hard push this B long, and they're going to try to cut off Oppenheimer from preventing the push. Looks like Avogadro is going to be backing him up a little bit, but I'm curious about this mid fight right here. Toxel pushing up, definitely hears him, sees him, shots in. No connection, it looks like. And he's going to back up. Coming back into this hall. Definitely going to see him. Get a couple of shots in on him.
That made everyone shift off of B.
Honestly, that's a really good call from Castek. Be like, hey, everybody's on B. Why don't we just go towards A? And the only one that's in a position to stop them is... Duve. Definitely getting 1, definitely getting 2.
30 seconds left.
But does Doof know that they are already on site?
Silence, Dream Seer.
Noodle is going to catch
Player
Schrodinger in the
standing.
middle. Avogadro's going to take
Spike down
Lexi.
A.
And now it is a 4v1 situation with Noodle.
Still
And to be
waiting.
honest, Noodle can take this. But shots were just not landing today.
Not sure if y'all can hear that, but SSD is definitely getting hyped because for the first time this season, they're the closest to Castech in this late of a series. This is a game, y'all. This is a game, and as you can see, Noodle's having to call a timeout.
When was the last time Castech called a timeout? That's a stat I would love to see.
You know what? I'll have to run through that. And this is an interesting strategy, as y'all can't hear, I'm pretty sure. SST is just screaming at Cats during their timeout to just mentally check them out, so they're unable to get that timeout effectively. Because again, back in the day, Cats had a bunch of talented players that would be able, or it's a bunch of cooks in the kitchen, so they're all able to figure out what to do. While with Noodle taking charge, he's having to make the calls, and if everyone's not on the same page, because they all have less experience than Noodle.
Exactly, and I think honestly, even with Noodle being the most experienced, it does not seem like Castech has dropped off at all.
Yeah.
Just in these past 5 years that I've been coaching, Castech has always been up at the top, and it's crazy to see that even with Noodle just being the voice of reason for this team, they're still top of their class.
Exactly, and I'm just as surprised as you are for them to call it, because I'm thinking about as many timeouts they called. I think it was back when their old seniors, their OG roster graduated, was the last time that they called timeout. So this is back Cast versus TMI era. Absolutely insane. But
Watch it, fight
11-10, it's a close game.
Definitely interesting to see Castech just rushing up onto the B site, waiting for maybe SST to make a mistake, and it looks like they did. Avogadro gets taken out. Schrodinger goes for the trade. Pythagoras gets another. Noodle going for Schrodinger. Crazy. Definitely now in a 3v2 situation. At 4, make that a 4.
Player standing.
Dr. Doof. That would have been a huge kill if Dr. Doof was able to get Sage, and then also the person that she rezzed, which I think was Mark, which Mark is now getting taken out. Very close round coming for both of these teams. As you can see, Pythagoras is going to be jumping up, and he's now kind of stuck. Left into the 1v3 situation. Is he able to pick up any of the kills while they're exiting? No, it's just going to be taking turns, swinging on each other. It is now going to be on match point for Castech. SSC needs to continue to lock in to put us into OT. 2 rounds to OT.
That's a crazy sentence. 2 rounds to OT.
I should probably play
What did I
some
say earlier
stars in
too?
the astral plane.
It's never chalked.
It's never chalked. It's great to see SST putting in this work, and honestly, I think Castech has got to give them props. As much as this rivalry has been going on, at least on the side of SST.
Yeah.
SST has gone from being a 0-13 team to a 12-10 team now.
Where are you?
And if Castech ends up winning this, SSC still got to feel happy about themselves getting this good of a game for us.
Definitely.
They found my trap.
And you got to remember the tech issue that happened earlier. They could have defused the bomb, but we never know. There was no tech pauses called, nothing. So whatever happened in the past, stayed in the past. Linear is going to be the first one to get a frag on this game onto Pythagoras, leaving us into a post-plan situation of a 4v5 situation. Number 1 and number 0 about to fight. As you can see, Linear is able to take out Oppenheimer. Schrodinger is able to take out Linear, making it into a 2v3. Make that a 2.
1 enemy remaining.
Now 1v3. Schrodinger up, getting tagged out, making Castech win this series 13-10. Castech is going up 2-0 of the Swiss bracket. That was a good game.
Crazy amount of plays. Crazy that Castech brought it back. At one point, it looked like SST was going to take it, but then Castech was like, you know what? Let's just dust off the shoulders. We got this. Noodle called the timeout and was like, hey, were winning this no matter what. And they won. Got to
They
give it to
did.
them.
They did. They locked in. They said, guys, let's stop messing around. Let's lock in. I'm trying to think of, is this the first time that Cass has like gone undefeated for this long? I want to say so.
Definitely. Definitely. I think Castech last year maybe lost like
3?
one.
Was it 1?
It was like 1 or 2 games last year. Something like that.
Interesting. I'll definitely fact check that after we return from lunch. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. We're going to be returning back within the next 30 minutes to an hour. Unsure, but we'll be back. Let's see what's going to be the next game before we swap into our graphic. As our challenge loads up, I'm not sure if you'll still be on cast with us. Be pretty cool, but understand if not.
Definitely would still be down.
Has not been updated yet. So, we will see you in a bit.
I'll be.
Welcome back, guys. It is the afternoon matches of the December R20 event. My name is Sorathiel, and joining me now is...
My name is Orange Juju or Manny.
And just to kind of recap this morning, Cast A dominated both Bobcats. It was a little closer for the SST match, but ultimately at the end of the day, they pulled out the W. Did you get to watch any of the matches?
I unfortunately wasn't able to.
Okay. Well, I guess I will throw it to chat and just be like, hey, what was y'all's favorite moment? Because honestly, the 1v4 from, I think it was Schrodinger in the last game. We also had the very disturbing fact that SST caused Cast A to take a timeout, which I think is the first time they've done that this year. But yeah, coming up, we have Bobcat Esports versus Warren Esports. Two very good teams. I personally have my bias. Just hearing the names, what do you think? Which team would you call?
I want to say Bobcats. It sounds cool. I don't know. I'm just going by based on the name. So I could be right. I could be wrong. I wouldn't place any bets, but we'll see once we get to the end of the match.
Yeah, and I think, both teams have a very good shot. I think if I pull this up, I do believe Bobcats are 1-1 today, and I think so is Warren.
Pretty tight match.
Definitely going to be a close one. And I think also it's going to be a good match just in the sense that, earlier today, Warren fought SST 13-3, ultimately losing, but then they had a bye period last. How much competitive games have you played?
Recently I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals, specifically for the Tamusis team. And we made it to playoffs. If I remember correctly, I did make it to the playoffs during the summer and fall, but we weren't able to get past that first match. I want to say nerves played a big role.
Definitely. Now, I guess a question for you would be whenever you have an extended period between match 1 and match 2, does that affect your ability? Does that affect your mental? How are you feeling going into a match that's 2 hours later?
2 hours later or 2 weeks? Oh, like
About 2 hours.
2 hours. I haven't had that break for like 2 hours. I want to say it might. I want to say nerves won't kick in until like 15 minutes beforehand, because during like that time of the beginning of the 2 hours, I will tend to like relax. I'll be like, all right, trying to like take my water break, and trying to just get through. Um, like I said, probably the before 15 minutes, 15, I'll be like, okay, yeah, this is happening. But I think as soon as I hop on the game, I'd probably just lock in. It isn't like nerves don't kick in during the game unless we're just getting steamrolled, but definitely before.
For sure. And I think it also doesn't help that our players just had lunch. So that serotonin hitting like midway through this match, ooh,
Trying to take a nap. I know I would.
definitely.
But I'm pretty sure they had their energy drink, Celsius, Monster, Red Bull, whatever they offer.
For sure. It looks like we still have a little bit of time. So, I guess kind of like a question for you is, what's your experience with Valorant?
Um, it's funny actually. I've seen Valorant gameplay since like when it released, and I saw it. It was pretty cool. At that time, I didn't have like a PC, so I wasn't able to join in on the hype. But it's the beta version for the console came out, and that's when I started playing,
Ooh.
and it really took over my summer. I did the placement matches, and I got ascended, and that was it. I thought I accomplished it, but none of my friends were really playing the beta. The guys that was playing with mostly had like a PS4, so not a PS5. But
Yeah.
now that I have PC, I just need someone to play the game with it.
Hey, I mean, Valorant's pretty fun.
It
Toxic,
is.
but fun.
Toxic. What about you? What's your competitive experience?
Well, earlier in the stream we were talking about this. I come from an age where it's like, the early Halo, early Call of Duty competitive scene. And also just coaching for the past 5 years.
Nice.
But yeah, and it does look like we're going to head over to the game. And interesting that the music's still playing.
True.
It's definitely interesting to see, and we're back. Just from that small glimpse, it looks like Bobcats are going to go with their stereotypical agent picks. I was kind of curious to see, I think I saw Clove and KJ on the enemy team,
I did see a gecko.
and a Gecko, yeah. Definitely
there it is.
curious. Oh,
No gecko.
ISO, Waylay, Gecko. No,
They're beating us.
definitely.
ISO, Sova, Waylay, Clove, Gecko.
Definitely going to go with the Gecko. Interesting.
I did say Bobcats, sounded cool, so I'm gonna be mostly looking at them, but
I'm a little biased. I am the defensive coach for Bobcats, so I'm like, if we win, it's great. If not, we move on. But honestly, it definitely is an interesting pick for the Bobcats to go with. I think I saw Neon.
I believe so.
Neon is, I think, being played by Akaza. Akaza is a very good Neon, but there are times where he does not entry very good. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out.
Do have starting phase. So far, what do you think of the map, Pearl?
Honestly, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I do not like playing Pearl. It is just horrible for attacking. It's great for defending, but there's no balance. And I think for a good map to be there, you have to have that balance of, like, it's not one-sided on a map.
I see.
Do I think Pearl could be changed? Maybe. But honestly, I think we're still in for a very good match. I think I'll let you in on a little secret. Bobcats have not prepared as much on Pearl as like any other map. However,
Spoilers.
they are also one of the most adaptive teams in R20.
All right.
They, their coaches, a little humble brag, but, their coaches focus on adaptability and honestly, just being able to read the enemy team and flipping based on that.
Base solely, does adaptability play like a big role? What do you think would counter that? Some team that like has concrete practice the map knows, and we do know that we are going to get started on the view.
Definitely. And to be honest, I think a really good hard counter to adaptability is adaptability. Being
Interesting.
able to change your strategy from going hard fast to slow, methodical play, game changer.
I have been overrun by that strategy. Sometimes the team plays fast, sometimes they play slow, and we just struggle with that.
Definitely. And it looks like Bobcats are going to go for a hard hit A first. Definitely interesting to see Warren just giving up the site, but obviously Bobcats don't know this. There's just wide open field in A.
Really good Sova shot.
Spike planted.
Definitely interesting to see that Warren is going for the pincher.
Oh,
And Akaza getting a good kill. Troopers getting
Last player
two.
standing.
neon value.
Definitely interesting to see Ryder kind of holding this angle. Bobcats are good information from Ryder. Bobcats are holding the bomb site, but just out of sight so that they hear the waylay, teleport, or anything like that. And I'm hoping that Ryder is trying to get...
Oh,
Too
Yeah,
late,
that's
buddy.
not
I'm so sorry. Interesting first round. Definitely curious to see how Warren's going to bounce back from this.
that was a really good Akaza picks from Akaza. The way that I so just could have been able to like knock her down, but I guess
Go, go, go.
a little bit overwhelmed.
Definitely. And, it's interesting to see Warren going all in on abilities this
I'm
round.
out of here.
Akaza just pushing in.
Gotta go.
We do have Chamber with oh.
Definitely looks like there's gonna be a free B site, and if I was Warren, I would tell them to just, hey, slow down, let your team catch up to you. There's no point in doing like a 2v1 situation here,
Yeah.
which is definitely what they're walking into. Looks like Warren is gonna go for
Ooh.
a wraparound.
Low HP. What will he be able to do? Doesn't look like
That was a good kill. Honestly, wasn't too bad of a round from Warren. I give him props. Now let's see what they can do with a potential full buy.
Does look like Bobcats is saving. Oh, mostly they kept that weapons from last round.
Yeah. Definitely interesting to see Turtles without a big weapon. Going in with the hand cannon.
Does look like if Warren doesn't pull this one off, they will have a limited amount of money for the next round. So we'll see if they'll be able to bounce back.
Definitely interesting to see the mid sniper call.
I haven't been able to see Waylay's ability, so that's really useful. I do like the ability to see, get some info and risk-free.
Definitely. Waylay is one of those characters that's definitely a entry that doubles as a duelist.
Nice.
Now that it's a 4v5 situation, Warren is going to try to close in on Bobcats, and I think Bobcats catch them off guard. You know, this fight between Akaza and
I'm out of here.
Gecko is definitely one-sided, but oh, Shorty! Not Shorty, Bucky, my bad. Honestly,
30
this
seconds left.
Does look like Bobcats have the lead with a 2v4. Oh, take my words back.
There.
Definitely interesting to see Bobcats kind of playing it safe here. Kind of the same strat as the first round. Waylay is going to try to sneak up. Maybe catch troops off guard. Yeet is going to throw his dart onto the side to try to catch
enemy
anybody.
remaining.
Waylay getting a double kill here. Very advantageous
back
for
here.
Warren. But does he see troopers right there? Or no, let's Abdu.
Last player standing.
And that
Oh!
ability's amazing.
Are you?
But that,
Kidding me?
that might be enough. That might be enough time. No.
Just a few seconds short.
Honestly, if I was Warren, I would probably call the timeout here just to be like, hey, you know, we're going up against a team that's potentially in the top 4, top 5 of this tournament. And just recenter yourselves to be like, hey, look, they may be better on paper, but today we're better. And to be honest, they kind of showed that. You know, 2 double kills with the what I call the scout. And just
Stepping on us.
amazing plays in how they take sites. Let's see if they can continue this momentum and onto this round.
Marksman rifles against the assault rifles. Ooh.
Spike
Winner,
down.
Ryder, sorry.
Bring them down.
Heat knows exactly where they are, and
30 seconds left.
definitely curious if they're just gonna hold the time or are they gonna
Last player
plan.
standing.
I
Spike
have the
down
spike.
B.
Take hold.
I'm not entirely sure why Bobcats are just kind of sitting there. Does Trooper look? He's not gonna look,
Still waiting.
and that's gonna go to Warren. Honestly, it's a good round for the first, for Warren. Playing time, making sure that they're not making mistakes, and just letting Bobcats take the mistakes themselves.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting to see the Warren all going with the Vandal.
Gotta go.
Here recently I've been playing more, and as a ex-Counter-Strike player, the Guardian's actually, not the Guardian, the Phantom. The Phantom's actually been my kind of go-to every round, and it's kind of surprising to see the entire team going for the same and not having a little variety.
Kind of a little recap.
Here we go. We're good. Dead.
Do have Neon
You
ult.
want to fight it?
Definitely interesting to see Akaza push up with his ult. Abdu kind of hanging back, watching to make sure that, hey, my team don't get killed.
Oh!
What is
Spike
Akaza?
down
What are you
A.
doing?
One enemy
Akaza
remaining.
with a few misses there.
Turtles going into the ISO ult. Let's see if he wins this or if he loses. Turtles wins, but they're going to be right there. What? It's crazy.
Is Chimp really gonna bring it back? Oh wait, Trimp. Sorry about that, Chimp.
I'm curious to see how Warren is going to approach this now, considering that, you know, they have momentum going into this round. And see, like I said, you know, on the side of Bobcats, you've got a Guardian, no, Bullpup, couple of Bullpups, maybe, pistols. And honestly, I think this might be the round that Bobcats takes back, because they're just going to be looking for guns off the ground after they get kills. Ryder taking his Waylay TP back and just kind of falling back into that back hallway. Looked like Sin of Pride just going straight for that B long and falling.
There.
Nobi going for Yeet, and oh my gosh, it looks like Nobi is just walking down mid towards A. And the rest of the team's just at B.
Oh, nice.
I'm curious to see if Ryder's gonna get the advantage here, but it looks like Bobcats are just gonna rotate off. Gecko's gonna be looking back towards their spawn, but I don't think they realize.
Spike planted.
And they just planted towards A, and now they have to retake the whole site. I'm curious what's going through their mind right now, especially as, like, hey, we're down basically in 2v1 situations. Chamber is definitely pushing up, waiting for them to make a mistake, maybe make noise. But Chamber's also, nobody's just gonna walk back and just be like, hey, you know, you push up, you push up.
Him holding that position is really making them not be able to move anywhere. Even if they do
This
come
is
up
true.
with a plan, they won't be able to make it past without taking at least a little bit of damage. But it doesn't matter. They do keep the game same guns for the next round.
Definitely interesting to see that Warren still has not taken a timeout. A lot of times when we're up against an opposition like this, even if it's kind of close, if we're like feeling defeated or anything like that, we're just like, hey, let's take a mental reset and let's like time out. I'm curious to see how Warren plans to combat this. And honestly, it's so weird to say, but I kind of wish we could hear what they were saying. Maybe like, oh my gosh, Waylay going for the TP back. Got all the information for the team. And as you see, Warren is just pushing up through mid, kind of pincering towards Bobcats. Bobcats still holding this position, though. It's kind of like them saying, hey, we're not afraid of this corner. Like, we're going to back up, but we're going to know that there's somebody here.
Ooh, Gecko wasn't
And
able
still
to
get them caught off guard. And now Warren knows, like, hey, they killed our guy that was lurking. Now maybe we got to head towards A. They're heading towards A. And that's exactly what Bobcats are doing. Looks like Trooper is just walking up. He's gonna see no, that was not Trooper.
Werder, or I'm saying that correctly, holding. No, A, my bad.
30 seconds left.
But we didn't move out to the
That's
end zone.
3.
Definitely interesting to see how Warren is just holding these lines, and honestly, they may be saving, or they're just trying to bait out all abilities so that they can waste their money in next round,
Really
which
smart play.
kind of works.
Last player standing.
Nobi on 4, can he get the ace?
No peeking.
And Chamber and Clover just passed by each other.
And Nobi got the ace. You know what's really funny is, I'm going to kind of dox my team here a little bit. We have a thing that if you get 2 aces in a tournament, you get coach buys you a skin. So my wallet's kind of worried right now. So I'm like, oh.
I wonder what he's thinking of buying right now.
Oh, I already know. He showed me earlier.
Okay.
There's like a unicorn knife or something like that he's trying to buy. And I'm like, brother.
Going for the little break that you were mentioning last time, I do want to say, taking a little refresher, little timeout, drinking some water does help a lot. So I do want to say for the people that are watching, drink some water. Stay hydrated.
Exactly. And it looks like Werder caught wind that Bobcats are going to be B long, and he called for the early rotate. Clove is going around, and I'm wondering if they're going to see... No. That Clove definitely heard the teleport, but Chambers definitely just running away with it. Now down to a 4v4. Chamber looking back towards the Clove, and looks like we're going to have a situation where Clove just falls down and pops their ult. Let's see if Clove can just hold on, but no, it looks like Chips is just going to go down. Sage is going to heal up team, and Bobcats are just going to walk off. They're just saying, you know what, we may have sight, but we're done. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to A.
Really good play from the Bobcats. We do have
30
Chamber
seconds left.
sort of chasing Clover to a corner, and then our Abdu did turn around to see that.
Definitely curious to see if Nobi's gonna go for their ult next round. Sin of Pride looks to just be saving this round. And honestly, a bravo play from Sin.
Okay, it's Sun. Don't want to say anything definitively, but Bobcats might be able to get that spike off.
For you.
Definitely.
ISO.
Right
Did see
there.
that strong.
And now it's just overtime. Yep, Nobi getting the 4K. Definitely interesting to see that there's 4 ults on the side of Bobcats, with Akaza just 3 shy of having a full team of ults. Warren, I think, have been spending their ults pretty good, but ultimately, like, I kind of would like to see Warren slow it down.
Yes, since they don't have enough, they don't have as much money as Bobcats. Bobcats do seem to be over 5,000.
Revealing area.
Warren is barely cutting 2 grand.
Definitely curious to see how they're going to
Silva wasting his shots.
counter this play. And honestly, Bobcats just pushing up, free of charge. It's almost like Warren is just inviting them, like, hey, bro, come to the cookout. You're invited.
Spike planted.
Definitely need to see how this plays out. Werder is up top. Definitely sees Turtles, and they are just wall banging
One
right
enemy
through.
remaining.
Chimp goes down, and immediately Werder's just gonna come out and be like, "Hey, bro, like I'm here,"
I'm out of here.
but still doesn't get taken down. Neon, Akaza just going up. Akaza just barely missing.
I'm out of here.
I think they're trying to shoulder
kill
peek.
my allies.
Definitely, they are running back, and Werder getting 1 kill.
It does seem after next round they're gonna switch from offense to defense.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
Or no?
round 12.
Round 12.
Yeah. After round 12, they'll switch sides.
That works.
But honestly, again, I would really, Warren, if you guys watch this back, at this point, I would call a
Focus now.
timeout and just be like, hey,
Eyes
look,
off me.
we need to fix our mental. Just calling, and the one detriment that I think Bobcats are doing here is the fact that they keep going the same route over and over and over again. To the point where if I was Warren, I'd be like, hey, yo, like, they're just going to do this. Let's 5-stack B and let's get them. Or let's push up mid,
Spike.
and they may get this. He gets 1 kill on Trooper. Going for a second. He knows that they are going up towards A because he can hear them on the drone. Wall gets placed on A site, and all
Enemy
of
remaining. Spike down A.
Warren is definitely picking this up. They're going. It is now a 4v1 situation, and if I was Turtles, I would not be happy in this situation. Sin of Pride is just going for the kills and not checking every corner before going around. And honestly, you know, to be fair, if Turtles doesn't do anything about this, they are going to lose this round.
30
giving
seconds left.
it to a 3-7.
All out.
That's right, you tell him. Crash is ready.
Against the Bobs. The Bobs, the Bobcats.
Yeah, and honestly, like, Bobcats, not that worried. We got the economy, but we got to be considering that, like, hey, you know, if we're not careful, yeah, Warren Esports will buy for each other, and now it's a full stack versus full stack. Chimp is the only one that doesn't have any armor, and to be honest, they don't need it.
One thing that I've been seeing that Bobcats do phenomenal
You want to play? Let's play.
is gonna be being able to like push to side and looking at every single corner. That's one thing that I haven't been seeing Warren do. Like the ISO play, we did just see one angle. We should have waited until somebody else checked another angle. Just sort of seeing all angles just before going in. Like this play from...
Completely misses 2 players just sitting in that back corner. And they're going to think, hey, there's nobody here at A, so let's go. Good night. Nobi just gonna get one and goes for a second one. And again, Bobcats are just gonna take the site for free.
They already, in an instant, every single person already adjusted to their hand,
Take this. Go, go, go.
Exactly.
to their
Sin
position.
getting Nobi,
Go, go,
and
go.
honestly, like, bomb is down, but how? I'm curious to see how this Clove is gonna take this situation. Chimp is just up on the wall, gets a Kaza down. Trooper coming around the corner and not prepared for that fight. Abdu gonna get Chimp. And Iso's gonna push out onto site. No, he's gonna break
No.
wall and they're just gonna back away.
I want to say, for the amount of money that they have, I think this is a good play, just so we do bring
Last round before the
The-
switch.
not the operator and Phantom. I want to say either that or
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the astral to place
not
some
too
stars.
sure what those guns are. No, the Phantom is the one that Astra has. Turtles.
Yes. No.
No?
Yes, yeah, that's the Phantom. Sorry. I'm like, I'm trying to take in all the information all at once.
Yeah, me too. I'm just trying to see. The main thing, they kept their guns for the next round.
Yes, exactly. And honestly, very interesting to see Bobcats changing up the play to like go slow. And again, it looks like Bobcats are just gonna take this site for free.
Yeah.
Like Warren, come on, it's not a shot. What's the fire sale in Call of Duty Zombies? You know, like we gotta have somebody on site at all times.
But you gotta admit, the Chamber did pull away Sova and I want to say Clover, so he did do his job.
This is true. They are definitely playing in such a way that it's like, I wonder if they're gonna notice this. Actually, hold up. Yeet
of
is definitely
things
gonna take
happening
damage.
at
They're gonna stick the defuse. Not really. And Bobcats are just gonna take down 3,
See,
leaving it into a 1v2 situation.
he
Can Waylay get away? No.
he should have definitely hold that angle instead of pushing towards them.
Switching
It
sides.
would have grabbed their attention from Spike, but
Stand tall. We are
he would have
Valorant.
been able to
We
like
are fighters.
gotten a few more picks before going out.
Definitely. Now that we're back on pistol round, I'm kind of curious to see how both teams are going to play this. Warren obviously switching to the attack side, and Bobcats, you know, defense is, the hope is defense is one of their stronger suits, but, you know, obviously we saw earlier today in that Cast A game that it wasn't going too well. Granted, it was against Cast A, but still, you know, I'm curious to see how Bobcats are going to kind of spread out. And right now, it's looking like 2-1-1-1.
My ult's not ready.
Definitely going to block off the A site so that it is harder for Warren to push up. But you have Clove and ISO coming up through the mid. Maybe a fight with Neon if they get seen. And Neon goes down. Akaza just not hitting those shots. Cinna Pride coming in. Trooper's just watching that doorway. He knows that that wall is about to break and gets the ping in for it. Chimp is going to trade with Trooper, who took out Cinna Pride. Chimp getting spotted by Abdu in that back way.
Ooh. Oh,
Spike planted.
Team Friendly Fire coming in from
One
Nobi
enemy
and
remaining.
Turtles. Abdu getting yeeted and what is that? Hygrix taking damage. They're going for the defuse. Turtle just sticking this,
Nice.
and Abdu just going for it, man.
All right.
We might have to talk to Bobcats about that.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
They're celebrating 3 and 10, but
It's interesting to see the spread again when it comes to Bobcats. Like, obviously, you have your number one Nobi fan who's top of the leaderboard. But then when it gets down to the lower four, they're all very consistent with each other. But then you look at the opposite side of the scoreboard, and you've got kind of close and then very far down. I'm curious to see if any of this changes during the attack. Nobi just going to be sitting there for ISO to see and tag.
I feel as if Chambers should have held that angle instead of the Gecko. Even though it's been a while, but
Pulling the mid.
ISO getting into a fight, ultimately falling to Turtles. The Sova dart coming through and almost getting somebody. Akaza getting that hit on a Chimp. Again, Sova dart just getting thrown in there willy-nilly, not aimed at a target. Werder and looks like girl
Last player standing.
going in. Now it is a 4v1 situation, and Trooper's just gonna look at him like, "Hey, bro, don't even."
Gun here.
Definitely curious to see,
Let us see what they have
you
done
know,
for us this time.
Warren now having somewhat of a bye, and a pause is called. I'm not exactly sure by who, but honestly, it's very needed from, I think, Warren. They did not want to lose this opportunity. I mean, 3-11, it's still winnable. It's still comeback territory. You know, what's the old saying? It's not over till it's over.
exactly.
And, you know, I think here Bobcats, they can make slip-ups. They can be overconfident to the fact that they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to win. And then just ultimately get destroyed because they're underestimating the team that they're going up against.
I have seen comebacks like being able to like pull it off 3-11, and all of a sudden they just go all the way to 16-15 or something along those lines. Anything is possible.
I mean, shoot, we've seen games closer than like getting into overtime, just 8 straight rounds in a row. And it's like, yo, what the heck happened? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely looks like Warren is going to try to attack A while also coming through mid. But honestly, like, if I was Warren, I would split the team 2 and 3. Sova coming up the rear. I'm curious to see if Bobcats are going to rotate early because they think they're going to B.
This may be good just because they will be spreading out and it doesn't look like anyone is holding it. And they do realize that. Let's see how they'll be splitting up. Gecko.
There.
Definitely interesting to see the split tactic here.
Okay, Gecko looking low.
Gecko going to come around this corner, get spotted, taken out. Rotor taking out Trooper. Abdu taking out Chimp.
Stand down.
And now it is a 3v1 situation. And they just take it.
Gecko,
But again,
yeah,
it's not over.
it isn't.
Match point.
I'm sort of gonna go for like an example from Marvel Rivals. Like, we aren't doing some good micro plays. I want to say holding angles, not overcommitting. That Gecko could have stayed behind, trying to like get an angle, tell people, hey, there's 3 people on me. Can someone else assist me? And sort of
try and take out more people. But
Definitely. It looks like
Warren with the first pick.
Warren getting that first blood. Definitely going to try to go for another 2.
Piece.
Now it is a 5v2 situation, and honestly, I don't think Bobcats were expecting this. They're
Wow.
gonna get one with the op, but it's still not a very good play here. Abdu coming in, getting one from behind, and now that makes it a 3v2. This is totally winnable for both
Your
teams.
duty is not over.
Okay.
Abdu
have a
gonna
risk on
revive Akaza and making it a 3v2 again, but this time in favor of Bobcats. Akaza getting Zinov. Curious, Gecko is gonna come through and try to catch Akaza off guard. And now it's just open season for Gecko.
30 seconds left.
Where are you?
But that is if Gecko is going to take advantage of this, and it does look like he is going to. Obviously, the players cannot see the other team through the
Spike
walls
planted.
as we can as observers. But it's very interesting to see that Gecko is just wasn't clearing a lot of angles. He just went for the plant and just dropped it. Both coming up, and Trooper's just going to get that. And I think that might just be all she wrote.
Insane how Trooper was able to get the operator out.
This is our home.
Defenders
Gecko
win.
again should have been holding, or a little bit slow peek. He did just get his full body out.
Definitely. Congrats to Bobcat
Bobcats.
Esports winning that round of this tournament. You know, Warren should not walk away from this match defeated or dejected. They actually did really good comboing when they actually won the rounds. Could they capitalize a little more? Maybe not over-rotate. You know. But all at the same time to say, like, that was definitely a very good match.
And I should have placed money on it. I did say at the beginning. No, but in all seriousness, yes, Warren still has some great players. Definitely improving some peaking, rotation. Sort of when planting, they split up, need to know where to position each other, and sort of giving out callouts. In my team, definitely callouts is a big issue. There isn't enough, and sometimes there's too much. There has to be that balance.
Definitely. We're going to take a short break and get right back into the action. So don't go anywhere. Round 4 is about to begin. Welcome back, guys. This next match is definitely going to be of the Titans. Bobcat Esports versus Holmes. Dude, this series is going to be insane. I think this is, what, T2 and T4 or something like that? So it's definitely going to be a good match. This is also going to be the last match of the day, which I'm sure a lot of the players are ready to go home. 9 out of 10, they're going to go home and play more Valorant. But
was about to say.
that 1 out of 10, they may not.
It's like it reminds me of like some truck drivers. They just clock out just to drive
Virtually.
yeah. So it's like they're just gonna go home and play video games with probably just their friends. Even
Definitely.
if their friends are in the team right now.
And who knows? Maybe they go home and watch some other esports titles. You know, we got a lot going on in terms of Valorant. and in the other esport industries.
Can't wait for this match to start. I don't know.
Definitely. It looks like we're going to be going into the agent select now. Not surprising. We've got Clove, Sova, Vito, and Fade on the side
Nice.
of Bobcats.
We do have a deadlock.
Interesting to see a deadlock on the Holmes team. Ooh, and a raise? Interesting. And a raise on the Bobcats. Jedi Goku going Sky. This is a pretty stereotypical pick for Holmes Huskies. Definitely interested to see how the Yoru and the Chamber work together. Looks like 2 set of flashes, 1 Sentinel, 1 entry, and 1 frag on the side of Holmes. Curious to see how Bobcats are going to counter this.
Is Akaza, does he do smokes? Or what's the class? I know there's Initiator, Sentinel, Frag, or Duelist.
Akaza normally is a fragger by nature, but we've kind of been forcing him to do more Sentinel roles because Akaza is going to be one of the main IGLs next year, if I remember correctly. I might be misremembering, but yeah. Akaza is definitely going to be up there.
He's going to clip this and show it to you later.
He's going to probably rub it in my face when he's like, hey, I'm a senior, by the way. Definitely an interesting pick of, it looks like Bind. This
I played this
is
map.
not Bobcat's bread and butter, I'm going to be honest. And I'm kind of curious to see how Bobcats are going to handle going up against Holmes on this map.
Since I've only seen Warren and Bobcats this day, I'm still going to go for the Bobcats. I don't want to switch it up. I've already know like the Bobcats team. I've already familiarized myself with them a little bit. I did see a new character or a new character in the team, so I'll definitely be excited to see how that character plays. Since I think the 3 new ones I'm sort of not familiarized with, but we'll see. It's anybody's game, and might be a really good watch.
Honestly, on the one hand, I feel like I should support my team. But on the other hand, I know Holmes. I know their coach. Their coach is great. He, very long story short, last year, Holmes went on to the state finals and got on stage. And the team that they were up against was Cast. Cast Tech was talking so much trash. And come to find out, there was a Riot employee at this event, and the Riot employee went up to the coach of Holmes and was like, hey, you know, they're talking mad smack, but y'all are all going to get Riot buddies. So I'd be curious to see if we see any of those Riot buddies in the match today.
Hey.
Definitely curious to also see how Holmes are going to take this, because I think Holmes is starting on attack, potentially?
We'll see as soon as this stream starts. So far, Bind, what is its... never mind. We'll get started with the gameplay right now.
Definitely be looking at this A where Vito is standing. That corner is very synonymous for sneak attacks and jump scares. Definitely curious to see this Vito going across TP. They know that everything is going off here in A short. One down by Trooper. Coming up onto the site. Looks like Abdu knows where one is, where Obadiah is at. But Obadiah is going to get healed. Verse is going to be sitting in that smoke as well. Definitely going to be a 3v4 situation. Curious to see when the smoke drops, if anything is going to come about Verse. But honestly, it may just be a 2v1 situation with Verse coming out. Everybody's kind of just playing patiently, which is very true. They have the time. Bomb takes, I think, about 45. And Akaza's... That was a nice 3K right there by the Holmes Esports team.
Alrighty.
Definitely want to see Holmes maybe... No, you know what? Holmes is doing pretty well. Bobcats, on the other hand, I definitely want to see them maybe pushing up. I think Holmes is definitely going to be that team that just sits there passively and is not going to let things slide very easily here.
I think they're trying to get A again.
They're definitely going to try to hit A again. Akaza, like I said, sitting in that corner, waiting for that jump scare. But Holmes are going to clear that corner very quickly. Getting Akaza, not getting Akaza, getting Trooper and Nobi. Akaza going down to Ardrill.
Spike planted.
Gone.
Turtle's getting a one-shot onto the Holmes team. It is now a 3v2 situation. Abdu is going to get blinded by this. Verse going to come around the corner, getting Turtles. And Abdu is just going to get taken out by Glazer. Honestly, very clean round from Holmes Esports.
See what I want him to see.
A lot of things happening at once. I'm honestly just overwhelmed. Can't just... I really just... I'm speechless. I'm trying to like take everything in, trying to see what I can mention about Bobcats and Holmes. But
Definitely interesting to see that they're going to try to hit this A side again. And if they do it next round, I would be kind of surprised if Bobcats just don't take it into consideration. Nobody's going to back up. They're definitely sitting showers and A short, pushing onto site. Ray is just going to satchel pack into U-Haul. Coming up on the Clove, and it's going to be an all-out fight. It's going to be a 4v2 situation. And honestly, I am hoping that Bobcats are going to take their time to get this flank kind of rotated out. Ardrill is going to come around, getting Akaza. It is a 4v1 situation. Turtle's trying his best, but ultimately at the end, Holmes taking this round.
so we're sort of seeing a pattern for the first 3 games. We are seeing that Holmes is going for A site, but we are switching it up. We're now going for B.
Definitely. And to be honest, the side of Bobcats, they're not expecting this. They're going to expect, hey, they're going to hit A again.
Yes.
And they're going to go for,
2-3.
this Euro is going to try to sneak up on showers, and I don't know that it's gonna be spotted by the Raze bot. Raze and everybody that's on A is just gonna head towards B site. B looks completely clear to the Holmes team, but in reality, it looks like we're pushing out.
Rez with the shotgun. 2K.
One enemy
3K.
remaining.
Wait for me.
Bobcats just selling that round, to be honest.
That's fun. Do you think they have fun?
If I were the Bobcats, I think I would try to take that timeout relatively soon, or else it's just going to keep going downhill. And I went over to the team earlier, and they were looking tired. So I think that's playing a factor in here, not to give them excuses or anything, but, you know, it is what it is. Bobcats trying to claw their way back. Definitely curious to see a full buy from the Holmes Huskies, but they have the money for it. They have the econ. Nobi getting one on verse, maybe being able to pick up their weapon, but I don't think they were. Nobi getting a flash dodge. Trooper going in for the trade on that. It is now a 3v4 situation in favor of the Bobcats, but
Rez
Holmes
missing his ult.
tried to go for the Raze ult. And it looks like Holmes just went through the teleporter, and they're going towards B. Bobcats are none to the wiser. Jedi Goku is planting the bomb right now, and their Cypher is just looking
Spike planted.
towards offices, and I'm a little surprised that Bobcats are going this route. Kind of curious to see how this is going to play out, if they're going to try to swing at the same time. With the Sova Dart coming out, going for the lurk, not seeing anybody, but ultimately falling to Holmes Esports.
On the bright side, we do have Bobcats approaching their ults. Yoru is the only one in the Holmes team that has their ult right now.
Transfer ready.
And they have full buy. I wouldn't say from both teams
Anchor
since
set.
Get him.
Clover is missing.
Bobcats definitely getting that information that Yoru went through. Akaza coming through, getting a kill, then getting traded by Obadiah. Jedi Goku going for a flash, just barely missing, I think. Jedi Goku taking down Nobi after taking out one of his teammates. It is now a 3v2 situation, still in favor of Holmes Huskies. Holmes going to come around and try to take out. One gets taken out by Abdu. It is now a 2v2 situation with armor on both sides of the Bobcats.
Clover might have an advantage.
Spike
since-
planted.
Wait, actually, not yet. She doesn't have ult.
Jedi Goku kind of going up into these corners. Definitely going to see Turtles before anyone else. Going to peek, Jedi Goku taking out Turtles. It is now a 2v1 in favor of the Holmes Huskies. Abdu honestly trying to predict the flank, but obviously none of the players are there. They're all on the B side. Looks like they're going to dog. Sky is just barely going to miss. And they are going to back away. Again, genuinely would love to see Bobcats maybe take a timeout here. And maybe also try to change up the strategy. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Sort of. It was great that we saw in the first 3 rounds they kept going for A, and the next round they went for B. So it's been a little bit tricky since they go for A and then take port and go to B. So it's sort of a little bit like they'll see how many picks they can get, and then if it looks favorable, they go for A side. If not, go for B. So Sova is the only one on B side right now, and it looks like everyone else. Oh wow!
They're gonna go for the ult, and the ult's not gonna be the thing that kills them. It's gonna be Nobi coming in, and you have Obadiah trading in Nobi and Akaza. It is a 2v3 situation.
Spike planted. Last
Bobcats
player
again
standing.
getting taken out, just pick by pick by pick.
Seems then no timeout is going to be called, so we will be just heading straight for the 8th match. But still, on the bright side, we do have 4 agents that have ult on the Bobcat side. Let's see how they use it. Only Yoru and Cypher are the only ones close to their ults in the home side, so we might be seeing some ults happening.
Definitely seeing Holmes exploding onto site. Bobcats just getting taken out one by one, and it's just, again, another round where it is where the 1v1s are important.
Holmes just looks at every single angle. It's got it goes through showers, which I'm thinking that's the name, right? Bottom right? Or mid right?
Yes.
Showers, going through main, and then afterwards going through just like the spread out, trying to look at every single angle. And there's not a lot of positions you could be on the defense on the A side that I'm seeing.
I mean, definitely there are a few spots that they could hide, but the Huskies are very good at checking these corners, checking everywhere that they could potentially be. If I was the Bobcats coach right now, I'd be telling them, like, hey, look, you have all of your ults. Let's just use them and hope that we get a couple of them. Maybe even moving them away from the...
We do have Fade ult, and that one, I feel like that's a good one to initiate with. If I'm not mistaken, which one would you believe?
Both are Fatal and Raze are a good choice. Looks like Nobi's gonna come in with a 3 and potentially get 4. Sees one come through the teleporter and just knows that, maybe doesn't know that Yoru
Like butter, baby.
teleported back. Excuse me.
2v4. We do have
Obadiah getting a trade onto Troopers and first getting a Kaza. It is now a 2v2 situation.
they will be seeing the Yoru. Oh
One
wait.
enemy remaining.
Oh,
Last player standing.
1v1.
1v1 situation. Turtles going up against Obadiah. Knows that he's coming from either short or box. He is definitely gonna whiff that shot. And it goes in favor of Holmes Huskies. Holmes Huskies are definitely getting loud on the other side of this wall, and it's wonderful to hear them getting so hyped about almost a blowout match.
Definitely. Yeah, is there anything to like? I don't want to like throw jabs. Just like starting with ults, is it favorable to hold it until it's the perfect time, or is it just do we want to use them and hopefully get it probably in the next round or two?
I think the big thing is if you can get the kills with it, then might as well use it. However, if you're a team that's just going to be like, hey, nah, we're going to hold until it's advantageous for us, sometimes the advantageous time never comes, and it's just not going to be great. Right now, we're in a 4v3 situation in favor of the Bobcats. Hopefully, they can continue to turn this around. However, if Cypher does his ult here, he's going to see exactly where everybody's at, and he's going to know, hey, B site is basically free. And they're just going to sit there, hide back. Raze is going to go in through U-Haul. Jedi Goku's going to kill them. They're going to try to go for the kill, and using their ult, Raze is just going to go for the ult. Misses the ult. Trooper is a little low HP. Trooper doesn't know that there's somebody actually behind. No, there's not somebody behind. A teammate behind him. Recon drone coming through, gets somebody, trying to get Turtles to peek out, and with that, just ultimately gets the kill. If I were the Bobcats, I think, honestly, it sucks to say this, but it might be time to just hang it up for the day.
Definitely. It's probably been a long day.
Definitely
a reminder
has.
again for water break. Stay hydrated. Make sure that we keep drinking water.
Find you.
They throw the Fade Haunt over A short. Raze is going to push up, and they might actually, honestly, just try to go for the teleport again. Because they know that, you know, Bobcats are just going to come up onto the site, and we're just going to be here. And I could be mistaken. It doesn't look like they're going to try to teleport.
Spike down.
Definitely crazy to think that they're going to try to stick this site. First getting Trooper, Obadiah getting Akaza, first taking out Abdu, and it is a 1v3 situation. Shotgun in Nobi's hand, but can only do so much.
Shucks.
Last round in the half.
Definitely curious to see the econ coming out of this round. Turtles, that's an interesting choice there, bud. Odin on a map when you're 11 down. That's crazy. But, you know, respect the decision, respect the troll.
When you've got nothing left to lose.
I mean, yeah, at this point.
That's where the options or the decisions.
It's crazy to see the Rays on the Holmes team picking up the Odin, too. Looks like Holmes are going to push up onto site and then just kind of back away slowly. They know that there is nobody on the B site, hence this Raze and this Yoru. And I think they might call for a rotate. It's exactly what Cypher's doing. Cypher's going to rotate through mid, and Vito is going to push through. Akaza going to try to get the person, does not get it, and just gets taken out. Troopers takes out Ardilla, and Nobi taking out Jedi Goku. It is a 2v3 situation, but again and again and again, Bobcats are just taken out in these situations to where they get them down to 2v2s, and then next thing you know, it's a 1v2 or a 0v2. And no shade towards the Bobcats. I love them to death. You know, I'm their defensive coach. They're great players, but honestly, at this point in time, I'm not seeing a lot of what makes them great.
Last player standing.
Well, take it as a learning experience. Definitely
Switching
some VOD
sides.
review.
Match point.
Might be.
Definitely crazy hearing the Holmes team just over the wall. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the stream, but they're just going at it.
Foreshadowing.
But, you know, again, it's not over till it's over.
Exactly. They could be.
It could just be that it's an attack-sided map. Who knows?
They're just yelling that they're making a comeback. They're 12-6 right now.
Very true. Honestly, I would love to see Holmes
Overtake them.
kind of play this strategically, but as a Bobcats fan, I kind of don't want them to. Definitely, it looks like they're going to get tagged. Turtle's going to go down in showers by Obadiah. They're going to push up in U-Haul, 1 down to 4 down, and it is now a 1v3 situation with the Holmes Huskies. And
Defenders
Holmes
win.
takes this win. Definitely a beautiful example of Valorant esports.
Just comes to show it's really anything can happen. I did enjoy seeing all of this, the plays. I may not know a little bit too much about Valorant. I do know here and there, but it was great seeing this from the big screen, literally. And we'll definitely make sure to see the Bobcats and Holmes even in the future, see what they can get out and hopefully win in whatever they're competing in.
Yeah, definitely. I think it definitely has been a good day for Valorant esports, especially here at the R20 tournament. We are obviously this was the last game of the day, but this is not the last tournament of the year. It may be of 2025, but not 2026.
Coming soon.
And so, yeah. If you were just tuning in, I am so sorry. You missed a wonderful day of I almost said Counter-Strike, jeez. A wonderful day of Valorant. And we will be back next month, the second Saturday of the month. And as a goodbye, this has been Sorathiel and
Manny.
And we hope you guys have a happy holidays, and we will see you in the new year.
Make sure to stay warm for the holidays. Thank you.
Yes,
and
exactly.
stay hydrated, y'all.